Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I know that this video is going to be a bit controversial again, so please listen to the end and actually listen to what I say and write your comments then. Okay, so this time I want to take a closer look on The Witcher 3, and I propose that The Witcher 3 is not sexist and Geralt is indeed a feminist. This video will contain major spoilers of the game, so be warned, and I strongly advise you to listen fully to my argumentation in order to understand it. So, when thinking about sexism, there is one thing that immediately caught my eye. It's a bloody Baron quest. On a way of finding Ciri, Geralt finds out that the Baron has met her. Geralt eventually helps the Baron in order to get more information that helps him finding Ciri. Geralt's task is to hunt down the Baron's wife and daughter and to bring them back to Krau's Perch, where the Baron resides. It turns out that his family wasn't abducted, but they left the Baron because of his violent nature. The Baron turns out to be an alcoholic that physically as well as emotionally abused his family. Finally, Geralt finds out that the Baron's wife Anna had an affair and got pregnant. When the Baron found out, he bat her so violently that she miscarried and even murdered her lover. This is only half of the story, though. When Geralt finds Anna, he is told that Anna made a contract with three evil witches, and these are actually the reason for her miscarriage. So, what do I want to say with this? Witcher 3 plays in a medieval world where women are abused and suppressed. This isn't really surprising. And this is also an accurate representation of women in the Middle Ages. I know that this is still a video game, but I want to point out that it doesn't lack realism in this aspect. Even from a present day perspective, it can be seen as criticism on domestic violence and gender oppression. The violence portrayed not only in this quest, but also in Witcher 3, in general, it shows the dark sides of a world that is in war. This quest is one of the first you do in the game. Depending on your choice, you change the world for the better. I don't think that Witcher 3 praises violence in any way, but rather uses it to create its world and to make it more realistic. By dealing with topics like that, I think that the developers also wanted to hint at the real life problems. Domestic violence and violence against women is still a recurring topic in nowadays society. Even though there seems to be a huge gender inequality at first, we still have plenty of strong female characters. Most importantly, we have Ciri, who is not only a strong warrior, but also the heroine of the game. Ciri is by no means a weak character, she's on the same level as Geralt. Other important figures are members of the Lodge of Sorceresses. Yen and Triss and many others are present in the final battle of the game. Especially Yen is one of the key characters that are prominent for their incredible strength. Each major female character is portrayed as a strong and independent woman. None of them show signs of weakness, and they are the reason Geralt can even finish his quests. Without the sorceresses of the Lodge, he wouldn't have been able to fight a wild hunt. Women can be leading characters if the player chooses them to be. Ciri can become Empress, and Ceres and Crate can become ruler of Skellig. The player has to decide who are the perfect rulers of this world, regardless of gender. If you believe Ceres is better than Hjalmar, you can break the long-established patriarchy in Skellige. Geralt himself assures that he doesn't see women as the weak sex. He believes that men and women should be treated equally. This is a great statement considering the fact that the game plays in a medieval world. I also don't support the claim that clothing in Witcher 3 is in any way sexist. Yes, considering the time Witcher 3 is set, the clothes seem to be a bit out of place. But female characters are not portrayed as half naked or weak women. They aren't sexualized in any way, at least so I believe. In the quest An Eye for an Eye, Roach even criticizes Vest for not being appropriately dressed for battle. Okay, now coming back to Geralt, there is one quiz, you can see them right now, where Geralt fights or talks with a woman disguised as a man, and she's actually a knight, whereas other characters are shocked about that. Geralt is perfectly fine with it, as long as she is a great warrior or a knight. It doesn't matter to him what gender she has. In my opinion, The Witcher 3 is a very political game that doesn't only show social but also racial segregation. The game covers a lot of controversial topics without promoting one of them more than the other. Feminism and sexism is one of the topics that, with Witcher 3 makes several statements that cover feminist theory. Geralt himself says that women deserve to have the same rights as men. In the scene I just showed, Geralt doesn't care about the gender of the knight he talks to. Skills are more important than gender. With his point of view, Geralt supports the claims of first wave feminism. I think that Witcher 3 lives up to the core elements of feminist theory, and the game actually encourages female empowerment in a world that is dominated by men. A game that encourages gender equality cannot be considered sexist. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you agree with my line of argumentation, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye, guys.